unbelievable. In case you didn't know, Lauren Boebert does not care about gun violence in America, and now she just proved it. She has introduced a bill called the Shall Not Be Infringed Act that you see behind me that would roll back meaningful bipartisan legislation aimed at combating gun violence. Most notably, Lauren Boebert's bill would repeal the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which is considered probably the most meaningful legislation to curb gun violence in America in the past 30 years. Boebert's bill aims at defunding programs that help local law enforcement agencies enforce gun laws, boost federal and state agencies' ability to fight gun violence, increase federal action against suicide, and encourage states to pass red flag laws. So let's review. The GOP's latest goalpost on gun violence is blaming mental health. And yet, Boebo's bill will repeal the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which provides resources for critically needed mental health services for families and children, as well as mental health services for schools. This dangerous bill also denies federal funding to help states pass what's known as a red flag law, which is designed to prevent people who are dangerous to themselves or to others from accessing firearms. Although studies show that veterans are over 50% more likely to be victims of suicide, Boebo's bill would deny federal funding to programs to control access to firearms for those that are considered at extreme risk. The GOP has also moved the bar by blaming school attacks on the fact that apparently schools have too many doors. And yet, Boebo's proposal is to repeal an entire act that addresses school violence through prevention efforts. The GOP also likes to blame gun violence on illegal guns, and yet this bill would cut federal funding to one of the agencies that run the instant background checks before firearm purchases. She also wants to prevent local law enforcement agencies from being able to enforce federal gun laws. And if that were not enough, the Shall Not Be Infringed Act wants to codify the right of people to purchase guns from other private parties without undergoing any background check whatsoever. This is dangerous legislation, co-sponsored by 15 other GOP members, but introduced by a woman who not only lacks basic education and the understanding of the law, but who is also apparently hell-bent on pandering to the most dangerous of the GOP base by depriving American citizens of what really amounts to human rights, and by endangering America's families and children. Get involved, America. Call your state representative and tell them that this absolutely dangerous bill has no place in a truly free society.